Hello children, welcome to the YouTube channel of Welkin National School, Vasai East. This is Mrs. Mamata Biju, your subject teacher of SST. Today I will be teaching for Standard 8, that is History, chapter number 9, Last Phase of Struggle for Independence. In this chapter we are going to study the Quit India movement, underground movement and the contribution of Indian National Army. Act of 1935. This act made a provision for the British governed Indian provinces and princely states to form a federation. According to this act, the working of British governed provinces will be handed over to the Indian representative. If the princely states joined the federation, then they would lose their autonomy. Hence, they refused to join, and therefore the proposal of federal state in the act was not brought into practice. Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that there was an act made provision for the British governed Indian and the princely states to form federation. Now federation means what? Means it is a group of states with the central government but independence in internal affairs. Now as per this act, the Britishers the Britishers hand over to Indian representatives, and if the princely states join the federation, then they will lose their autonomy. Now autonomy means the quality or the state of being self-governing, and that is why they refused to join. So this act was not brought into practice. The Indian National Congress was not satisfied with the Act of 1935, but still decided to take part in the elections of provincial legislature provided by the Act. In 1937, elections were held in 11 provinces in the country. Among this, Indian National Congress gained majority over 8 provinces and came to power. In other 3 provinces, none of the party could achieve majority, and therefore mixed cabinet was formed. The cabinet ministers of Indian National Congress did useful work for the people, such as release of political prisoners from jail, introduction of basic education, prohibition of liquors, then measures undertaken to improve condition of the Dalits, passing of acts giving debt relief to the farmers, etc. Now over here in the provincial cabinets, they have explained in this paragraph that Indian National Congress was not happy with this act of 1935, but still they took part in the election of provincial legislature. Now provincial legislature means it is responsible for passing the laws for its provisions and defined in the constitution. Okay. Now these elections were held in 11 provinces. Now provinces means a principal administration division of a country. Now the Indian National Congress gained majority over 8 provinces and they came into power, and the other 3 provinces could not achieve majority, and then a mixed cabinet was formed. Now this cabinet ministers of Indian National Congress did useful work, such as they released the political prisoners from jail, then prohibition was there for the liquor, then to improve the condition of the Dalits, and etc. Cripps Mission. During the Second World War, Indians supported America against Japan. The Japanese army reached the eastern borders of India. The British realized that if Japan attack India, then they will need cooperation from the Indians. Hence, the British Prime Minister Winston Churchill sent Sir Stafford Cripps to India. In March 1942, he put up a proposal of India in front of the Indians. But none of the political party was satisfied with this proposal. Now, the Indian National Congress rejected the proposal since there was no clear mention of complete independence. Since there was no mention of creation of Pakistan, the Muslim League also rejected the Cripps mission. Now, in the Cripps mission paragraph, they have explained that in the Second World War, England supported America against Japan. Now, these people reached the eastern borders of India, and then later British realized that if Japan attack India, then they will require cooperation from Indians. So, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill sent Sir Stafford Cripps to India to put forward a proposal in front of the Indians. But none of the political party was happy with the proposal. So, Indian National Congress rejected, and there was no clear mention of any independence. Second World War and Indian National Congress. The Second World War began in Europe in 1939. Then Viceroy Lord Linlithgow declared that India has joined the war on the side of the British. Now, England claimed that it is fighting to save democracy in Europe. The Indian National Congress demanded that if the claim was true, then England should immediately grant freedom to India. Now, England refused to fulfill this demand, and therefore the provincial ministers of Indian National Congress resigned in November 1939. Now, over here in this paragraph, they have explained that this war began in Europe. Now, Viceroy Lord Linlithgow declared war on the side of British. Now, it was a fight to save democracy in Europe, and the Indian National Congress said that if this claim is true, then they should grant freedom to India. So, that is why England refused to fulfill this demand, and Indian National Congress resigned in November 1939. Quit India movement. After the Cripps mission, the Indian National Congress decided to start an intense movement for attaining independence. The working committee of the Congress passed a resolution on 14 July 1942 at Wardha. The resolution demanded that the British rule in India be ended immediately and India should be given independence. If this demand was not fulfilled, then the Indian National Congress warned to start a non-violent movement for freedom of India. Now, in this paragraph, the Quit India movement, they have explained that after the Cripps mission, the Indian National Congress started movement for attaining independence. The Congress committee passed a resolution on 14 July 1942 at Wardha. Now, the demand was British rule in India to be ended and India should be given independence. And if this demand not fulfilled, then the Indian National Congress will start non-violent movement for freedom of India. Quit India resolution. On 7th August 1942, the session of Indian National Congress was held at Gowalia Tank, that is Kranti Maidan in Mumbai. Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad was the president of this session. The British should leave India. This resolution passed by Congress Working Committee at Wardha was to be finally approved in the Mumbai session. On 8th August, the resolution of Quit India put forth by Jawaharlal Nehru got passed with great majority. It was also decided to start a nationwide non-violent agitation under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi said, every from this movement onwards, consider yourself a free man or woman and behave like a citizen of free India. We shall either free India or die in the attempt. Now, Gandhiji made an inspirational appeal to the public to be ready to sacrifice with the feeling of do or die. Now they have given the picture of Maulana Azad. Now in this Quit India resolution paragraph, they have explained that on 7th August 1942, a session of Indian National Congress was held at Govali Tank, that is in Mumbai. Okay, in this Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, he was the president of this session. The resolution which was passed by the Congress was finally approved in Mumbai session, and on 8th August, the resolution of Quit India that put forth by the Jawaharlal Nehru with great majority. And the nationwide non-violence agitation under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. Now it is said that everyone should be free and become like free citizen of India. Okay. Beginning of People's Movement. The news of the arrest of important leaders of Indian National Congress spread out all over the country. The angry mob took out procession at various places. Even though police lathi charged and opened firing on the public, but still people were not afraid. The agitators attacked some places, jails, police station, railway station, etc., which symbolized the suppressive policy of the British. They tried to take control of the government offices in Maharashtra. The young and the old struggled with determination and boundless courage at places like Chimur, Asti, Yawali, Mahad, Gargoti, etc., are made the struggle immortal. Now over here in this paragraph, they have explained that there was the arrest of important leader of Indian National Congress. Now all over the country, a procession was done at various places. Police lathi charge and open firing on the public was there, but still people were not afraid. Now the agitators attacked places like jails, then police stations, then railway stations, which include suppressive policy of the British, and they planned to take the control of the government offices. Underground movement. At the end of 1942, the public movement got a new turn. The leadership of this movement went into the hands of young socialist activists Jayaprakash Narayan, Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia, Chotubai Puranik, then Achutrao Patwardhan, then Aruna Saif Asaf Ali, then Yusuf Meher Ali, Sucheta Kriplani, then S.M. Joshi, Shurubau Limaye, then N.G. Gore, Yashwantrao Chauhan, Vasantdada Patil, Maganlal Bagdi, then Usha Mehta. Such leaders were in the forefront. The activists disrupted the transport and communication as well as the government machinery by causing the breakdown of railway routes. cutting of telephone lines, blowing up bridges, etc., the impact of the movement was seen all over India. Hemu Kalani in Sindh province tried to destroy the railway along with his companion. When he received the news of the passing of a railway carrying British troops and supplies, the court punished him to hang to death. Now they have given the picture of Aruna Asaf Ali, then Achyutarao Patwardhan. Okay, so these are the leaders who are the forefront. Now in this paragraph they have explained that at the end, that is at the end of 1942, the public movement got a new turn. This leadership movement in the hands of young socialist activists, that is Jai Prakash Narayan and whichever the names I have read just now, these people got destroyed the transport and communication of the government machinery by breaking down of railway routes, then cutting of telephone lines, then blowing up bridges, etc. Now this impact was seen all over the India. Then by Kotwal's Azad Dasta in Karjat Taluka of modern day Raigad district, General Awari's Lal Sena in Nagpur, such groups made the government helpless and witless for months. In Mumbai, Vittal Zaveri, Usha Mehta and her companions established a secret transmission center named Azad Radio. Patriotic songs were sung on it. News of agitations in the country were broadcasted on it. Patriotic speeches were telecasted. This gave encouragement to the agitators. Such transmission centers operated at Kolkata, Delhi and Pune for some period of time. Now in this paragraph they have explained that is General Awari's Lal Sena and some groups made the government helpless. Now the Vittal Zaveri, then Usha Mehta, they established what? A secret transmission center that was named as Azad Radio. Now patriotic songs were sung on it. This gave encouragement to the agitators. News of the agitation were broadcasted on it and transmission centers were operated at Kolkata, Delhi, then Pune for a specific period of time. Establishment of parallel government. At some places in the country, British officers were driven out and the people's government was established. These are called parallel government. Parallel government were formed in districts of Midnapur in Bengal, Balia and Azamgarh in Uttar Pradesh and Purnia in Bihar. In Satara district of Maharashtra in 1942, Kranti Singh Nana Patil brought an end to the British government and established parallel government. At Kundal, under the leadership of Kranti Grani, G.D. alias Bapulad, Tufan Sena was established. Through its medium, collection of taxes, maintenance of law and order, punishment to criminals, such works was done by the parallel government. People started accepting the verdict passed by the People's Court, appointed by the parallel government. Opposition to money lenders, prohibition on liquor, then spread of literacy, then opposition to caste distinction. Many such constructive work was done by this government. Due to it, the parallel government became a source of inspiration for the public. Now they have given this picture of Kranti Singh Nana Patil. Now in this paragraph they have said that in some part of the country British officers were driven out and people's government was established. Now this is called the parallel government. Now this government were in districts of Midnapur in Bengal, Balia and Azamgarh in Uttar Pradesh and Purnia in Bihar. Now at Kundal, that is under the leadership of Krantigrani GD alias Bapus, that led to Tufan Sena was established. Now for this collection of the it was established for the collection of taxes, then maintenance of law and order, then punishment were given to the criminals, and this work was done in parallel government. The people also started accepting it, and the opposition of money lenders, prohibition of liquors, then spread of literacy, many such works done by the government. Importance of Quit India movement. The 1942 movement took up the form of a nationwide agitation to fulfill the objectives of gaining independence. Lakhs of Indians made unlimited sacrifice. Many sacrificed their life. The number of people participating in the struggle was so huge that even all the prisons in the whole of the country were not enough to contain them. The patriotic songs composed by Sane Guruji, Rashtrasant Tukdoji Maharaj and other increased the enthusiasm of the agitators. This nationwide movement is also called August Kranti. Now they have given the picture of Rashtrasant Tukdoji Maharaj. Now over here in this paragraph they have said that in 1942 movement to fulfill the objective of gaining independence, lakhs of Indians made unlimited sacrifice. Many sacrificed their life and many people sacrificed and participated in the struggle, and the whole country were not enough to contain them. Patriotic song composed by Sane Guruji, then Rashtrasant Tukdoji Maharaj increased the feeling of the agitation. Now this movement is called August Kranti. Indian National Army, that is Azad Hind Sena. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose took phenomenal effort for gaining independence of India. On the eastern border of India, thousands of Indians stood in readiness to fight against the British. All the soldiers belonged to Azad Hind Sena. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was their leader. Subhash Chandra Bose was an important leader of Indian National Congress. He graced the position of President of Congress twice. Now, as per his opinion, while England was engaged in Second World War, the Indians should take advantage of it and make the movement more intense. If necessary, India should seek the help of enemies of England. But there arose differences of opinion between him and other senior leaders of Congress. As a result, Subhash Chandra Bose resigned from the position of president. To place his views in front of the people, he founded a party known as Forward Bloc. Now in this paragraph, what they have explained that Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose took lot of effort for gaining independence of India. Now it was the leader of the Azad Hind Sena, an important leader of Indian National Congress. Now he was in the position of Congress. He was the leader of Azad Hind Sena and he was in the position of Congress twice. Now as per his view, when England was engaged in the Second World War, Indian should have took the advantage and should have taken necessary help of the enemies. But this made differences with senior leaders of the Congress. Okay, senior leader of Congress, and because of this Subhash Chandra Bose resigned from the position of president to keep his view in the people's heart, and he founded a party known as Forward Bloc. Through his speeches, Netaji appealed to the Indians to revolt against the British rule. Due to it, the government imprisoned him. Subhash Chandra Bose went on fast unto death in the prison, due to which the British government interned him in his residence. From there he escaped in the disguise. In April 1941 he reached Germany. There he founded the Free India Center. Now, from the Berlin radio station in Germany, he appealed to the Indian people to join in an armed struggle. During this period, Rash Bihari Bose invited Subhash Chandra Bose to Japan. Now, over here in this paragraph, they have explained that he pleaded the Indian to revolt against the British rule. Because of this, government prisoned him. Subhash Chandra Bose went on fast and he escaped from there and reached Germany. There he found a Free India Center. Now from Berlin radio station he appealed the Indian people to join an armed struggle. And this period Ras Bihari Bose invited Subhash Chandra Bose to Japan. Formation of the Indian National Army. Ras Bihari Bose was staying in Japan since 1915. He had organized the Indian patriots living in countries of Southeast Asia and established the organization named Indian Independence League. In the early part of 1942, Japan conquered the territories in Southeast Asia which was controlled by the British. Thousands of Indian soldiers and officers in British army there fell into the hands of Japan. Now Ras Bihari Bose with the help of Captain Mohan Singh formed a battalion of these Indian prisoners of war. It was named as Indian National Army, Azad Hind Sena. Later, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose led the Indian National Army. In October 1943, Netaji established Azad Hind government in Singapore. Shah Nawaz Khan, Jagannath Bhosle, Dr. Lakshmi Swaminathan, Guru Buksh Singh Dhillon, then Prem Kumar Sehgal, etc. were his chief associates. Captain Lakshmi Swaminathan was the commander of Rani of Jhansi regiment. Netaji appealed to the Indian people, "You give me blood and I will give you independence." Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that Ras Bihari Bose was staying in Japan with the Indian patriots living in the countries of Southeast Asia. Now, he established the organization named Indian Independence League. Before Japan conquered the territories in Southeast Asia, which was controlled by the British, which fell into the hands of Japan, he, with the help of Captain Mohan Singh, formed the named Indian National Army. Now, in October 1943, Netaji established Azad Hind government in Singapore, and Shah Nawaz Khan, then Jagannath Bhosle, then Dr. Lakshmi Swaminathan, then Guru Buksh Singh, Dhillon Prem Kumar, then Sehgal, etc. Now all these were the chief associates. Now Netaji told the Indian that you give me the blood and I will give you the independence. Achievement of Indian National Congress. In November 1943, Japan conquered Andaman and Nicobar Islands and handed them over to Azad Hind government. Netaji named them as a Shaheed and Swarajya respectively. In 1944, Indian National Army captured the Arakan province in Myanmar. Posts on the eastern border of Assam were captured. In the same period of the campaign of Impal, renamed incomplete because Japan stopped helping the Indian National Army. In the Japan stopped helping the Indian National, but in adverse circumstances, soldiers of Indian National Army were dedicatedly fighting. But in the same period, Japan accepted defeat. On 18th August 1945, Subhash Chandra Bose died in a plane accident. On this background, the soldiers of Indian National Army had to lay down their arms. Thus ended the thrilling phase of the Indian National Army. Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that in November 1943, Japan had taken the control of Andaman and Nicobar Island, and this handed to Azad Hind government, and Netaji renamed it as Shaheed and Swarajya. Then in 1944, Indian National Army captured the Arakan province in Myanmar. At the same time, campaign of Impal remained incomplete because Japan had stopped helping Indian National Army, and the Indian National Army fought a lot and Japan accepted that defeat. Now on 18th August 1945, Subhash Chandra Bose died in a plane accident, and then ended the phase of the Indian National Army. Later, the British government charged the officers of the Indian National Army with treason. The Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Bhulabhai Desai, Tej Bahadur Sapre, these expert lawyers defended them, but the military tribunal held the officers guilty and they were sentenced to life imprisonment. Therefore, there was severe unrest against the British government in the minds of the Indian people. Finally, the British government had to suspend the punishment given by the military tribunal. Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that in this Britishers charged officers of the Indian National Army with the elegance, and but Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, then Balubhai Desai, then Tej Bahadur Sapre, now these were all experts, gave a big support to them. So the military tribunal had to bear the guilt and were sentenced to life imprisonment. So there were severe dissatisfaction against British government in the minds of Indian people, and then finally British government were suspended and punished by the military tribunal. Revolt of Indian Navy and Air Force. The Navy of Air Force soldiers, with the inspiration from Indian National Army, caused discontent against the British government. It burst out on the British warship Talwar in Mumbai on 18 February 1946. The soldiers unfurled the tricolour flag on the British warship. They raised slogan against the British government. The British government sent army to open fire on the naval soldiers. The rebel also made counterattack with firing. The workers and common people extended their support to the naval soldiers. Finally, with the mediation of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the naval soldiers laid down their arms. To support the uprising of naval soldiers, the Air Force officers from Delhi, Lahore, then Karachi, Ambala, Meerut, etc. went on strike. These revolts were a clear indication that the sentiments of the discontent against the ruler had reached a climax. In this way, the period between 1942 to 1946 shook the foundation of British power in India. Through the Quit India movement, the severe discontent of Indian people against the British was expressed. Army, Navy and Air Force was the backbone of the British power. They were also now opposing the British. Due to this incident, the British ruler realized that they will not be able to empower them for a long period of time. Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that the Navy and the Air Force soldiers were dissatisfaction against the British government, which burst out on the warship Talwar. So the soldiers unfurled the tricolor flag on the British warship, and then British government sent the army to open fire on naval soldiers. And then finally the mediation of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and naval soldiers laid down their arms to support their soldiers. Air Force officers from many countries went on strike, which gave clear indication to that shook the foundation of British power. And then finally British realized that they will not be able to empower India for long period of time. So this was the last phase of the struggle. So students, we have completed this chapter. Hope you all have understood this chapter. Bye students, take care and have a nice day.